Hello students, welcome back to Algebra 2. Today we are working on lesson 3.3, which is going to be solving by completing the square. So this lesson we can get right into it, but I think that we would benefit from spending some time studying some perfect square trinomials. And all that means is that we have multiplying a binomial times itself like this. X plus 3 squared would be x plus 3 times x plus 3. Now if I go ahead and do that multiplication, x plus 3, I would get x squared, 3x, and 9, which would give me x squared plus 6x plus 9. Now if I do the same thing with x plus 5, I would get x plus 5, x squared, 5x, 25. So I would get x squared plus 10x plus 25. Now if I look at those two for a moment, I might be able to notice a pattern. If you need to pause for a second and just stare at it for a little bit, please do so. But then ask yourself, could I do x plus 9 squared in my head? Pause it if you need to think about it. Now, I can do x plus 9 squared in my head. That's going to be x squared plus 18x plus 81. Could we do x minus 6 squared in our head? That should be x squared minus 12x plus 36. Could I do x minus 12 squared in my head? Sure, that's x squared minus 24x plus 144. Now, what's the pattern here? You should be able to see if I asked you to do x plus b squared. That would be x squared plus whatever b is doubled times x plus whatever b is squared. Now, going forwards with perfect square trinomials is one thing, going backwards is another thing. So, for example, if you were given this trinomial, x squared minus 20x plus 100, if I needed to factor that, I could go like this and make my box x squared and 100, x and x. Oh, if I do negative 10 and negative 10, that'll make negative 10x, but it'll multiply to positive 100, so this turns into x minus 10 squared. But if I had recognized the pattern there, I would have been able to say, oh yeah, that's x minus 10 squared. What about x squared plus 22x plus 121? You should be able to look at that and recognize that that is x plus 11 squared. Now, these can take some practice to recognize, but once you start to recognize the perfect square trinomials, this should move very quickly. Now, that being said, solving problems by completing the square. What I meant by that was by using square roots. Okay, so let's do this first problem here. X squared minus 16x plus 64 is equal to 100. Now, in order to solve this, what I should do is look at that trinomial right there, and I can recognize that is a perfect square. That is x minus 8 squared, and it equals 100. Now what I can do is take the square root of each side, say x minus 8 equals 10, or x minus 8 equals negative 10. Remember, anytime you take the square root, it produces a positive and a negative answer. Then I can add 8 to both sides to get x equals 18, or add 8 to both sides to get x equals negative 2. Expressing my answer in proper notation, I would say x equals 18 comma negative 2 inside squiggly brackets.